Hey, am I?
All right. Good morning. How's everyone
Morning,
doing?
everyone. 6 a.m. on the 17th of April.
And from Sarasota, Florida, Kiltz and Mitch are here today in the live studios of Kiltz. And then we got DoctorNelson in Deltona, Ali in Colombia, and Lindsay in Orlando, Florida.
Wow.
So,
It goes out in and out a little.
Still?
Yeah.
it'll work. It'll work.
Okay.
Something is different here. Right. The universe has changed, right, Lindsay?
It has. And
Yeah, you're good. We'll figure it out.
All right. So let me see. KMT, hashtag KMT for a chance to win.
A special Kiltz's Keto is Carnivore book. I'll send you the link.
And we got to get
Okay.
Christ Carnivore on our link of KMT free for every member. All right.
Yes, working on it.
And it's supposed to be on Amazon KDP, and we're going to do it Audible. And we got all of our books being redone, and Dr. Nelson is helping with our re-editing Kiltz's books from 30 years ago, or 1,000 years ago, or 10,000 years ago. And Mitch and I were solving the world's problems. And Lindsay, can you hear us? You got us right now?
I can hear you. Is that better?
Yeah,
That is much better.
All
Yeah.
right.
So
Yeah.
Dr. Kiltz is going to be at MeatStock May 1st through the 3rd. We're having the cholesterol co-screening, which we may cancel. And Albany meetup on May 30th. You want to say anything specific about the Albany
So we're
meetup?
on the website, all the data is getting changed right now, but the tickets are $45. And we're having the meetup at CNY Albany. And it's going to be a barbecue and meet, greet, hang out.
And we need at least 50 people. I think max at 50.
Max at
We
50?
cannot do
Okay.
100. You just do a max at 50, and it can be 30. It's a meet and greet. We have some details to work out, but a lot of it is just come and visit. It's not an all-day event. It's come visit for a few hours. I don't know. We got some details, but it's
It'll
getting
be fun.
better.
No matter what, you come and hang out with people that you love and eat some meat. It's awesome.
Wait, we got Mitch here, but Kiltz is the co-star, right?
Oh no.
Yeah, come on. Well, we honor Mitch, our brother, and from another mother, but he's the leader of the tribe.
Which tribe are we talking about?
All tribe.
So on June 6th, Dr. Kiltz will be in Montello, Wisconsin, at the Healing Humanity screening. Tickets are sold out, but if you go to kiltzmeetup.com and click through, they have a waiting list, and they probably will do another screening. So go sign up, even though the initial event for the June 6th is sold out. And as soon as we can, as they announce what the final thing is going to be, we'll be also screening it somewhere it's probably going to be Orlando, Lindsay.
Looking forward to it.
He's throwing it out there first.
Just really quickly, I want to mention that we have some fantastic coaches available for anyone who would like some coaching. An intro call is $39. Find out what your next steps are to get you towards your goals faster. I just want to keep reminding people that we have some amazing coaches, and we're going to be very soon getting more on. So come and enjoy an awesome conversation. There you go.
What's the most important goal?
Your health. Babies.
Healing, which you're right. It's babies, it's reproduction, it's fertility, it's a fertile life. But again, it's feeling better. This is the biggest challenge. And do we have any one quick something else, and then we get Lindsay on board here?
Yes, we do. Lindsay, by any chance, there's a Keto Orlando type of couple of hours event tomorrow. Are you gonna be there?
I did hear about this week from my friend Tayshawn Davis, who you guys, I'm so glad for this sense of community because you connected us. So I did hear about the event. I won't be able to make it this time, but I am joining the group. I have joined the group, and I will be, sense of community is very important, especially for getting these messages out. So I'm looking forward to the community that I'm finding locally.
All righty. So this is very short, a minute and a few seconds.
Ever wonder what happens when a pro questions everything they've been taught? Let's dive in. This quote about a life-changing shift is pretty powerful, and the source is surprising.
It's from Lindsay Thompson, who's a registered dietitian, trained in all the conventional wisdom.
So what exactly did she do to change her life so dramatically, physically and mentally? For years, she practiced by the book. But 3 years ago, she just went a different way.
She started a carnivore or meat-based diet. Yep, that means focusing only on animal products.
And this pretty radical change, well, she reported some really amazing results for her health. Physically, we're talking steady energy and better digestion. Mentally, more clarity and a stable mood.
And for a dietitian to see these results, well, she calls it a huge accomplishment. Her tips for starting? Go slow, choose quality meat, and really listen to your body.
She says it was tough to overcome her training, a key daily habit, hydration and electrolytes. It really makes you wonder, when should your own experience be allowed to challenge the textbooks?
I'll send you that later, Lindsay.
Thank you so much.
Go ahead and please introduce yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Give us your story and feeling. That was a elevator speech summary.
Thank you. Yeah, my name is Lindsay. I've been a dietitian for almost 20 years now. And about 3 years ago, today, I decided to totally change my world. And I did it in a very not well-developed or thought-out way, but I decided to go carnivore. And I didn't tell anybody about it for about a year because my previous teaching and education had led me to believe that animal fats and animal proteins were very dangerous. I used to believe if I ate a steak that, oh my goodness, I better not do that again for a while, So up until 3 years ago, I was doing a lot of vegetables and refined grains and, the 11 servings that they recommend every single day. And unfortunately, my own health was failing dramatically. And it was interesting because it was a time about 6 years ago, things really started to get confusing. And then about 4 years ago, I work with tiny babies, and I was given a project to look at prebiotic use in tiny baby population. And I wasn't excited about it because the people I was working with weren't excited about it. So I was wondering why I was handed this assignment. And as I sat down and looked through the literature and read the studies on prebiotics in preterm infants, I fell in love with it. I was like, this is incredible. Why are we not doing this? And I wrote up a whole proposal and I sent it to my higher ups, my directors, and I sat down with them and I was like, I think we should be doing this. And they're like, oh, that's very nice, but it's not FDA approved. And I was heartbroken. And a few months later, there was a big push to receive something that wasn't FDA approved. And that's when I kind of started to spiral, like, what in the heck is happening? What is going on in this world? Nothing is making sense. And somebody posted something about our money being fake, our food being fake. I was like, our food is fake. Well, that can't be true. I'm a dietitian. Like, our food can't be fake. And then I just started searching. I'm like, okay, what's the answer? Is it more organics? What is it?
Okay.
you know, I was looking and looking, and I don't even exactly know who I first listened to. Maybe it was Dr. Ken Berry and the way he just presented his story, and it was so passionate about, you know, his own health failing and finding the meat-based way. But somehow I just connected with this community, and I thought it must have been right after Easter 3 years ago, because I had tried to reduce my sugar intake, and then on Easter I had a bunch of candy, and I just the next day felt terrible, and I was like, okay, that's it. Tomorrow I'm just doing all meat-based. So of course I went through all the withdrawals, and it was hard. It was really hard, to be honest with you, 2 months for me. And I was like, I'm just going to stick with this. I'm not going to tell anybody. And things just started to change. I think the thing I noticed first was I was in public and people were like, your skin is just glowing. And I was like, oh, I don't even know you, but thank you. I've always struggled with bad acne. And then I just noticed changes, like that afternoon lunch crash that you have with the brain fog, it was gone. And I started to just feel more calm. I can't tell you one part of my body that hasn't benefited from this way of eating. It was just, I was like, this can't be wrong. I can't feel this good and this be wrong. There's no way. And the changes, and sorry if this is too personal, but a few months in, I just started having my period. And I was like, wait, what? I should know when that's going to happen. There's trauma before that. And
trauma before that. I love that. Oh my God. Trauma, drama. Yes.
Right?
Oh my God. Every man knows it.
I should have a heads up that this is coming. And it just happened. And I was like, and so it took me a good while to tell a few of my colleagues what I was actually doing, because I didn't want to admit it. And then a year after, I was like, no, this is too good. And I started my Instagram page. So I still work for the beast, but I am on Instagram, and I'm just hoping that if I can share my story with just even one person, and they're like, okay, you know, what I've been doing, the traditional ways aren't working, maybe I'll inspire them to make a change. So.
But if you're not in the enemy's camp, you can't convert the enemies to the friends. Mm-hmm. So you stay where you're at. I'm there. I'm in the beast, the barrel of the beast. Mm-hmm. And that is such a critical and true statement. And so
by the way, happy anniversary.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Because today is the day that you gave us 3 years ago.
Yeah. I gave back myself my health. And at first I was, like I told you, I was so amazed by all the health benefits. And then it got dark again, where I got very upset that I hadn't known this sooner. So, I mean, now I can't believe I was so afraid of fat. Like now I make a brisket and I'm like, ooh, you know, I want the fattiest, juiciest piece. Like, give it to me. It's like candy to me now, you know, and I love it. And I just feel so sad for myself that I was not doing that sooner, eating that.
So you're in the neonatal or the what level of you talk about?
I am.
So if there's a baby that's really scrawny and skinny, would you call that baby healthy?
No. And the thing that's happening is it's stemming from the maternal nutrition early on. I think most of these babies that are born to, I can't give you an exact number, but the majority of the babies come from moms that either have diabetes or high blood pressure. And that's a carb addiction from the mom early on. She's giving this baby too much sugar while she's pregnant.
Is she addicted, or is the environment a caged, domesticated environment where domesticated to eat a completely domesticating, damaging diet, and the mother is not the fault. The fault is what we are, registered dietitians,
yes.
MDs, all of us, right?
This is our fault. Yes, this is absolutely our fault.
So I never like to call anyone addicted because they're in jail. You know, a prisoner in a prison institution that eats sloppy, bad food, that we're going to blame them?
Yeah, and I see what you're saying. I mean, even even for myself, I couldn't really see the truth until I broke away from it. And then when I realized that I was free, that's when everything becomes much more clear. And just trying to help people understand that these foods, I mean, people, when I still talk to them about what I'm doing, they're like, well, you still eat vegetables, right? Well, no. You know, it's trying to educate people, and it's a total reversal from the messaging, especially that my profession has put out there to people. And that's hard. And then especially for these moms who have to be, you know, in the hospital, in the bed for months before they do deliver, the food that we're giving them, you know, is full of a ton of sugar, carbohydrates, you know, up to 300 grams per day.
Well, are plants the sole source of excessive carbohydrates?
No, sir.
What are?
Those are the refined grains.
Those come from?
Well, you're right. They do come from plants.
We have to create a simplicity to the story. I don't know what the hell a carbohydrate is, because we tell people don't eat carbs, but eat vegetables. They're confused. A plant is a poison, period. And a skinny baby is an unhealthy baby, but a fat, chubby baby is a survival, healthy baby.
Yes.
But remember, we tell babies, now we're getting babies sick and skinny like we're trying to get humans sick and skinny, because fat on a human is not a pathologic entity ever. Obesity is a lie. This is the crazy shit. And I'm dramatic because you and I are in the beast's belly. But unless we fight the fight, it's like the Trojan horse. We must be willing to exit the Trojan horse. Right?
I know.
You got to come out at some time, and that's the magic. But you know, it's sort of, we have to be the ones to speak what's meant to be spoken. If we don't, our brothers and sisters, but most of all, our children's children will suffer even more.
And that's it. That's the part that's getting to me now, is that this is the future generation, and they're set up from the very beginning for failure, and it's hard.
Right. But when we use the word carb versus healthy vegetables, we're confusing everybody. We must use the word plants are poisonous, period.
Get the message out there directly. I understand.
Is it simple? I mean, where does kale come from?
I'm sorry. Where does what?
Kale come from?
Oh yeah, it's a plant.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean whole grains. Right? A green smoothie.
So, and I did want to ask you about that, because, you know, I did do a lot of that. My body was craving steak when I was pregnant myself, but I was doing like, you know, all the green smoothies and kale. I hated kale, but I did it anyways. And Dr. Kiltz, my placenta was very calcified, and my own daughter was growth restricted, head sparing, but her body was very tiny. And I do think that calcified placenta was from, you know, lack of my fat soluble vitamins and too much of the oxalates. But please correct me if I'm wrong.
It's not a lack of nutrients. It's an abundance of poisons.
It's the poisons.
We're sort of, you know, it's like, oh, you're not eating enough calories. BS. You're eating too many plants and not properly processed. But the most important thing, nobody's eating animal fat. Nobody.
Yes.
All carnivores are cooking their meat, rendering their fat. They're eating damaged food. And ultimately, it's fatty raw meat to rare but fat, not rendered, raw. And it's hard for us to get back to our ancient truth. We're not savages. We're warriors, right?
Yeah.
We're true warriors. And that's what you're doing, what I'm doing, what Dr. Nelson, Alia, what Mitch, we're all warriors in a new way. Because unless we speak it up and shout it out from the top of the mountain, like, what's that guy named? Moses?
Moses.
Yeah. Yeah, and then
Yeah.
then the other rabbi, Jesus.
Those are great guys.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, but he was a leader.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think they had defined the term
Yeah,
yet.
yeah.
Actually, he is called rabbi in the Bible.
Moses.
No, I
Jesus.
thought you were talking about Jesus.
We're talking about Moses, but yeah. So those babies, and what do they feed them in the NICU?
Well,
Oh no.
Yeah, this is the other problem. You're right. We try to promote, obviously, human mother's milk first. And for the tiniest babies, if mother's milk is not available, then we use the donor milk, which has been pasteurized. And then for the bigger babies who don't have mother's milk available, which why isn't their mother's milk available? If you're making a baby, you should be able to make your milk, right? We feed them formula. And there is no good formula that I can find. They all have the components in them that lead us up, set us up for metabolic issues. I mean, they have sugars, they have seed oils, all of them. It's my understanding that it's the FDA that mandates that they have to have the seed oils in them. So it's not a good situation.
When my grandson was born, I was looking around and I couldn't find any commercially available formula that was not horrible because of what you just mentioned.
They look like a candy bar.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's not even close to what, if you compare the mother's milk and the nutritional components, the formula doesn't even come close.
It's my understanding that in the 80s, one of the ingredients is non-fat milk, right? So they've taken the fat out of the milk and they've added the seed oils in there. So it's very upsetting.
It's healthier. Yeah. You have a super chat.
We should buy water picks.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ben.
And we're creating a Patreon channel. Join us so we can help fund the mission of what Dr. Nelson and Alia and everyone here is doing in order to keep us growing and sharing around the world. So that's coming. We appreciate everyone in their super chats and sharing. Lindsay, what's your experience or thoughts on those babies need more protein? Isn't that their problem? They lack protein.
Yes, that's something we really need to be. Right now, with what I have, my tools, I have a protein that I can add, but it's hard because when they're born prematurely, which is what I think is the root cause, like why are we having so many babies born prematurely? But when they're born prematurely, we do have to add something to the milk because they've missed out on that third trimester when all that calcium and phosphorus should be deposited into their bones. So we do add something to the milk for almost all babies. And then sometimes we do add some extra protein. But it's not mom's milk protein. It's mom's milk will start to, as she pumps, her body's making this milk that's perfect for a term baby. And the protein will start to dwindle after a while. We have seen this because we have a analyzer in our facility where we can actually look at the changes in the protein of the mother's milk.
I'm confused about protein.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And how many of us are truly deficient in protein?
That's a great question. So it's the amino acids, right? It's the amino acids that we have a daily requirement for. It's the protein.
Yeah. I mean, it's sort of like, but these kids are emaciated and skinny.
Mm-hmm.
So what does that tell us they're really missing?
Fat.
But
the animal fat, we're giving them the
seed oils.
Plant fats, yeah.
But motor oil.
Is protein the new disguise of, you need your healthy fats, one, and remember carbohydrates, quote, sugars weren't the problem. but now we're saying, oh, protein's important.
Mhm.
Is that possibly a lie?
I mean, I think so, especially the way it's being marketed for just individuals out there. I mean, you can buy processed food and it's saying, oh, look at all the protein in here. But what you're missing is they're not telling you the amino acid profile. And if you would just go back to eating meat or animal-based foods, you're going to get that whole amino acid profile that your body needs. And, you know, when they say protein, we don't really know what we're getting from this protein profile that's in there. I mean, it could be pea protein, which is something else that's in a lot of the formula, not in our formulas, but in other formulas for children.
It makes us a pea head. It's a pea head. But we're fat phobic, are we not?
Oh, yes. I mean, especially in the generations that I've grew up in. I mean, we bought everything low fat, and we were terrified of it. I mean, myself, I was terrified of fat. I thought that was going to make me fat.
When we eat amino acids and proteins,
Mm-hmm.
do they go directly to our muscles and build our muscles?
I mean, protein should be used for muscles. I mean, it shouldn't be used as energy. The fat should be used as the energy. So,
well, that's my confusion in all of this science that we have. And I just call it scientism. Mitch and I have a good time with this because what science of medicine or pharmacology or of nutrition do we think is really true?
I don't know if any of it's true.
Well, there you go. So if none of it is true, why do we latch on to this new high protein shit and thinking that protein builds muscles? It doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
When you eat protein amino acids, they go to the liver, they're converted to fat, VLDL, or you die. Without insulin or a functional liver, you're a dead man.
Mm-hmm.
And so I still think, what is the most healthiest thing we should be consuming?
Animal fat.
Animal fat.
Mm-hmm.
And it comes from a true breast milk of a mother, not pasteurized, not fakely produced.
Mm-hmm.
And that's our biggest, we've made it so complicated. Eat fatty meat, shut the F up. Oh, rare to raw, not cooked. Or minimally at best. Which sounds terrible, right?
I mean, it does. But I mean, at first it's a little bit nerve-wracking. But if you go to a very fancy restaurant where you get charged a ton of money, you get a delicious piece or thing of raw meat in front of you. So, I mean, when I was traveling, I had beef tartare, and it was incredible. And I wasn't afraid of it then.
Well, that's it, because there's that fancy restaurant, extra expensive. Oh, that must be the very best. And that's our trouble. But like, what other animal in the universe cooks their food?
You're right. I mean, we're very far from nature. I can't see that. I don't know what I'm looking at.
It's Dr. Kiltz grilling.
A strip roast with a big fat cap and fat everywhere. You see the flames. That's what we did and how we cooked food. We threw the outer layer in the fire, and then we ate it. We didn't like wait for it to be well done. What temperature do you want? But what happens to the fat when you cook the meat?
Well, when it's perfect, it's all nice and juicy and melts in my mouth.
But it renders and melts away most of the fat.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And so again, most chicken, fish, turkey, lamb, goat, and beef is missing the one most important substance.
Mm-hmm.
So we're doomed because even the new food pyramid is 10% or less fat.
Yeah. I don't understand that. When I was doing a paper for my master's, I was doing it on the Mediterranean diet and the benefits of olive oil. And I remember sitting there and I was reading. I know this was like 15 years ago, and I was looking at these papers, and it was talking about how saturated fats don't oxidize. And I remember thinking to myself, well, these things don't sound so bad, but no, they are bad. I've been taught they're bad. So I had to like literally talk myself out of common sense back then. So, you know, it's just
Well,
a crazy world.
I mean, somehow like olive oil and coconut oil are good for us. Are these true scientifically studied statements?
I mean, they're based on observations of different populations.
Those Italians are really healthy, aren't they? And Greeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's still an industrial product,
Yeah.
which you know, that's our biggest problem. They're industrial products, and you know, a cow did not require massive industrial production to make it what it is. Now, in our modern, you know, let's get them fat fast and ship them out there and feed all the people, different beast, but it's still nature kind of doing its work, and there's no ultrafiltration unless it's made by Willits. What's his name?
Oh, Walter Willits at Harvard.
Do they make meat out of something?
Oh, they're trying.
What are they making it out of?
Soybeans.
Which are plants.
Plants.
Dr. Nelson, do we have some more cues and comments? I want to make sure.
Oh, we have a
Oh
We've
my
got
God.
load of them, a bunch of them.
Let's go rapid
All right.
fire sequence, Ollie.
What did they teach you in school that humans should consume that are best for nutrition?
What did they teach me in school? Oh, well, my education was full of a bunch of half truths. You know, I mean, we were told to eat, you know, plants and limit our saturated fats, and you know, then we'd be okay. We would have heart disease, but you know, heart disease is still the number one killer of Americans. So,
Well, it
know,
has gone up
yeah,
exponentially,
Yeah.
especially since the low fat, no fat diet.
exactly.
Well, how common are these like ablations and stents and open heart surgery? You know, people just dropping dead of a healthy diet.
Yeah, we can see why people are so miserable, right? Trying to feed them kale and skinless chicken. I mean, no
What's
wonder.
chicken missing?
Fat.
Yeah,
That's
how about
obvious.
fillet of fish?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do like fish. I do like some fish.
I know we like it. I didn't say we don't like it.
Yeah.
Is there fat welling up in the pan when you cook salmon or any fillet of fish? Never.
Mhm.
Never. Doesn't do that. There's no fat in it because no other animal eats the fillet. They eat the head, the guts, the skin, the bones, everything. Right?
Mhm.
Remember, in our carnivore world, we want to make it easy.
Yes, get the message simple, bring people back to nature and the simplicity. And that's what I love about carnivore. Like, I mean, I'm a terrible dietitian. I've always hated counting calories and like figuring out meal plans. Like carnivore is so easy. Like you just eat till you're full, you eat the protein and the fats that are on the meat and you feel great and then you're done for the day.
By the way, have you read the Dietitian's Dilemma?
Oh yes, I love
Yeah.
Michelle Hearn. She's
Okay.
very good, and I think her book really helped me a lot. I always thought those like afternoon crashes, unfortunately, because I was heavy in vegetables my whole life up until this point. I thought those afternoon crashes that you had were just normal. To be honest with you, I thought that it was just something that happened. And when I read her book, Michelle had wrote something about that, like falling asleep on her computer and at work and how it wasn't normal. And I was like, holy cow, this isn't supposed to be like this. Like, I'm not supposed to feel miserable all the time. Like,
Well, you take care of it by having a nutritious snack.
yeah, we do eat quite a bit. Oh, look at that. That looks amazing.
Oh, wow.
Can I come for dinner? I heard you're not too far away.
Absolutely. This is what Mitch and I had yesterday on that fire. Now, here's the interesting part. I'm going to show this to you. Wait a second. One more. Wait a second. I'm going to show this to you. This is the fat I took off because we don't let it melt away. We get it quick. We sear the outside, and that's the flames. And then we eat the fatty meat. And the important part is, look at this piece of meat.
Mm-hmm.
Bacon.
It literally looks like, okay, it's not focusing, but it basically, you could switch it to 2. I mean, essentially, we eat this, and it's the fatty meat. It's the raw fatty meat where it's been seared on the outside, salted heavy, and it's a ton of fat. Because is getting fat pathologic or biologic?
Biologically, we need it.
Well, it's the only thing that we use for energy and building blocks of our body. You never use your muscle as a building block. And amino acids come from what tissue?
The muscle.
No, from the fat.
Amino acids come from the fat. Oh,
The glycocalyx of the adipocytes. See, this is the missing link. People are like, well, amino acids. Well, what is a muscle cell built of? It's a cell, right? And the cells are made of phospholipid bilayers with embedded proteins and sugars everywhere. The most important part, and I don't know if I could show this.
Can you switch to that screen?
I'm gonna see if I can share this. I think this is it.
Now you're beginning to get a glimpse into what my day was like yesterday.
looks wonderful. It looks like you were well fed.
Oh my God. People who, there must have been 3-4 pounds each.
Here is essentially a HDL particle, but it's the same as if you look here. I gotta go over here. If you look here, this is a chylomicron, which is made in the gut when you eat fat. Nobody eats fat, even carnivores. Then but the amino acids and the sugars go to the liver, and the liver makes VLDL. So the gut makes chylomicrons, sends it through the lymphatics to every cell of your body. The liver makes VLDL out of amino acids and sugars, and then they're shipped to every cell of the body. But essentially, if you understand the complexity or the simplicity, an adipocyte contains massive amounts of sugars, massive amounts of fat, cholesterol, proteins, minerals, and vitamins, and they are the building block of the body, not your muscle. Muscle is just like another liver, heart, kidney, another organ system that has function. And so when you have no fat on your body, a severe anorexic, bulimic, cachectic, how quickly are they dead?
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen people that were cirrhotic or cachectic or bulimic, and they were an emergency, weren't they?
Yes, absolutely.
How many bodybuilders work to get ultra skinny to show their muscles and they drop dead?
Oh, well, that I'm not aware of. But I mean, I believe you, but I don't really study that. But
but we should, and the reason we should is because it answers the question. Because everyone says after you've used your fat, you start eating your muscle, correct?
yeah.
Well, does that make any sense? Well, why don't you start eating your liver or your heart or your brain?
Right.
Like, but if sugar were your energy, because an anorexic has a lot of sugar in their bloodstream. A cirrhotic has plenty of sugar in their bloodstream, and a bodybuilder has plenty of sugar in their bloodstream, but they drop dead because they're missing one most important thing, which is adipose tissue. Are we fat phobic even in the carnivore world? Yes, we are. That is deadly. It's wrong. It's scientifically wrong. No other animal says, boy, you really ought to lose weight. Let's go exercise for like crazy hours.
Yeah.
Right? If we're scientists and NDs, MDs, DOs, or whatever, we need to understand the true function of the human body and how a cell works. That's my craziness. Next question, Alia.
Okay. What is the difference between keto and carnivore?
Not much.
You want to take that, Lindsay? I mean, look, we're all having a conversation. There's no right or wrong.
Okay, sure.
This is how we all learn.
Right. So the keto, and I mean, I haven't followed a ketogenic diet myself, but the carnivore is just, focused on animal products. Where the keto, I believe, as long as you are doing the fatty meats, but the keto, I believe, you can still do some of these products that they have available on the markets that are labeled for ketogenic, and that can be kind of a trick in itself at sometimes.
They're all fake food.
Yeah, they're all fake food. Unless you're getting actual animal food, then you're not really consuming the real thing. I mean, if you're doing carnivore right, you would be in my understanding ketogenic state. I mean, I've never measured my own ketones, which I probably should do, but I just feel so good at this point. Like, how many labs do I need to prove that I feel good?
0.
Oh, you need a lab. You need a continuous glucose monitor and measure your glucose all the time. And you got to weigh yourself, and you got to get your blood like quarterly.
Well, I did myself do a continuous glucose monitor just for 2 weeks, just for fun, to kind of
entertainment.
Just to prove that I wasn't going to go into some type of coma. I'm not.
Aren't you worried your glucose is? Oh, you're going to use all your glycogen.
No, my liver kicked in, and I seemed to be just fine when I was wearing that monitor.
Well, how do you know your liver kicked in?
Well, I mean, I could watch the sugar on its own come back up. I didn't eat
how do you know
anything.
it came from the liver?
Oh, you're right. I don't know for sure.
Isn't that what they tell us?
That's what they tell us. You're right.
They tell us that.
That's how I've been educated.
What if it came from the glycocalyx of your adipocytes?
That'd be great.
No, that's what it does. Look, it's called Petri dish science. I call it scientism. Every metabolic pathway was from a PhD that wanted to be famous and get a Nobel Prize. Am I wrong? I mean, don't all of us want to be picked as really smart? And if you work at Harvard or where else? Princeton, Tufts. You want to
Tufts.
But then unless you produce something that is powerful. And eating fat, you would never want to do that.
All right, then you should eat the cereal, right? Isn't that what Tufts taught us?
Yeah.
I mean, you want to eat. I mean, you wouldn't want to eat the real food, and I don't know why it's not coming out right. But let me try one more time. You don't want to eat this crazy shit, do you?
Isn't that so sad that they are marketing these foods and telling us that this is what we should be eating and taking us so far away from the natural?
But is it their fault or our fault?
Well, you're right. We buy into it, but it's my fault as a dietitian for promoting their message.
Well,
and
what we're doing, we're waking up, though, meaning that it's my responsibility to seek the truth. Yes. And the truth, what's the rest of it?
Will set you free.
Will set you free, right? And again, is metabolic disorder really the problem? Or is it inflammation from a plant-centric, protein, lean meat-centric, low animal fat diet?
Well, that sets you up for the low fat, sets you up for craving more of these sugary things. And that's, I think, why people are having such a hard time with these metabolic syndromes that they're having, because of, you're right, they're not eating enough fat. They're still feeling hungry. They're looking for snacks. They're looking for these high sugary foods that will, when their insulin's up, then they want to eat again. And it's just like a cycle that we have to try and break through.
I have a question. Am I allowed to ask a question?
No.
Okay.
Go ahead. Wait a minute. Who's the leader of the tribe?
I've been keeping my mouth shut here, and we'll see
Well,
when I'm on.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
Okay.
If we go by age.
My question is this.
If we go by age.
Elders, respect your elders. My question is this. Do you worry about legal ramifications from, say, your licensing board or anything, because you tend to give advice or you want to give advice, you know, you understand what I'm saying, that's contrary to everything. Are you considered a dangerous person in the dietitian community?
Well, I'm definitely considered a black sheep for sure. And it has crossed my mind that, you know, I could probably get in trouble. But if I do, then that means it's my time to
Move
leave. Yes, exactly. Move on.
Well, are you a member of the Kiltz Mighty Tribe?
I am not.
on.
Or okay, Lindsay, look
So
at.
we're finished today. No,
Oh,
just
no,
kidding.
that was not the right answer.
Are you a member, Mitch? Yes. Okay. No, this is good because ultimately we're joining a community, a tribal community. A tribe doesn't ask for the cook, the chef, the macros, or the protein. They know exactly what that we all should be eating, which is essentially, let's see if I can get it as the screen. Oh my God, it's not going to do it. But oh, there we go. Oh, it's trying to, right? It's the fatty meat. Look at it. That's like, this is what we did after the hunt. We told the stories of the masters of the universe, right? The gods. And we beat the drum. We made a big fire and we threw the beast into the fire. We didn't wait for it to be a certain temperature. It got black and blue. We cut it up. We threw some salt on it and we feasted.
Beautiful thing.
What diet? Now, again, the doctors and dietitians, we should be dead in our directives, because ultimately we're medicine men and women. We're healers. We're helpers. We beat the drums, right? This is what we are talking about, right? And so ultimately, we're macaroni. We've been macroed into macaroni. I mean, what's a macro? Have you ever seen a protein?
Have I ever seen a protein? No.
Have you ever seen a sugar?
I mean, a sugar crystal, I guess.
Well, we call it a sugar, but remember, it's a substance from a plant that's highly addictive because it's meant to be. Because the human brain wants to eat as much sweetness, but things don't exist in nature. It's like cocaine.
Yes,
Heroin.
I agree.
Marijuana. Oh, it's marijuana. Wait, Mitch, is marijuana really good for us?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, are we killing our brothers and sisters, our children? And you should have a glass of wine every day. It's like killing us.
Now, cigars, on the other hand,
Well,
are good for you.
Again, we drive cars, fly planes, and we live occasionally with another human being. Those things are dangerous.
Yeah, we need to be more in a community. And you're right that once you feel so good on carnivore, you don't even need that alcohol anymore. You just feel good all the time.
Well, let me ask you, Lindsay, how many children do you have?
I only have one.
Okay, no. Don't ever use the word only have.
Yeah.
You have one beautiful child. Guess how many I have? One. And she just had her one of 10 babies, but she just doesn't know it yet. But ultimately, what's our real purpose?
To have children.
Children. And all diseases, including infertility, which is the essential, the canary in the coal mine. How many women say, I'm healthy, but I'm not getting pregnant?
Yeah, you're not healthy then.
Right. Healthy or guys, or all this shit we're all living, but we have something greater to perform. There's nothing greater than making babies and building families.
Absolutely.
Right?
I mean, that's what's left behind when we leave. So,
and we pass on sunlight because we carry the torch of the sun. Think about it. A photon plus H2O and CO2 in the air makes a sugar particle, which then is eaten by a beast or a bug, or herbivore or a carnivore. And then our temple job is to shine the light of truth. And that's what Kiltz Mighty Tribe is all about. And I'm also a Mitchified human being. And Lindsay, we would be honored if you join our tribe and be one of the leaders. But every single person that has become a member, how many members do we have right now, Alia?
How many members do we have? 36,000.
36,000.
Wow.
39,000. 38,000. 38,000.
How much does it cost to be a member? Dr. Nelson?
It's very expensive. You go to the website and you put in your email address, you're in.
And I'm on a mission right now to inspire all of our brothers and sisters, all of my CNY Fertility team members to become members so we can inspire each other. We're basically social media influencers. We're not paying for Google ads anymore. We're not paying marketing people. We are community driven. This is a grassroots. Is that the right word? Should I use that?
You can.
Okay, we love it. By the way, we're not against plants. You can eat some plants from time to time. It's okay. That's not the problem. The biggest problem, Mitch, would you hold this a second? Be careful. Put yourself. Oh, that's
Eat meat 3 times a day.
3 times a day, and the other is Salisbury to we'll put it up there, Alia. But basically, we're simply brainwashed to be domesticated animals. Done with that. So we want to make it free for everyone, kind of a free for all.
That's a beautiful program.
Right, but we want to inspire each other. But we do need a little bit of moolah to keep the lights on, because otherwise they turn them off. And that's where we're working on a GoFundMe page or Patreon page and all these things. But we're going to continue to the mission here is affordability, accessibility, integration for everybody. And my motion on CNY Fertility is keep on making it the most affordable fertility, but it's community run. This is community. Everyone here is a top member of the board. Everybody. And we're sharing the mission around the globe, right, Lindsay?
Around the globe, yes.
So why are you now putting yourself out there and posting and sharing the story to a greater population?
Well, first of all, I'm very sorry for the information that I had given in the past, and I want people to know why I went live with my social media is because I want people to know this isn't dangerous, and this is actually the way we heal. And that is why I decided to go with my social media, is just to tell my story and hope to inspire somebody. And like you said, I mean, along the way, we've met people, and this sense of community really helps, I think, get the message out, because if we're just relying on these big companies to try and tell us the message, we're never going to get it.
I'm sorry, but I'm not. Because ultimately, we're just domesticated animals, and we've been brainwashed. And so you did exactly what you were meant to do. We're managed.
Mm-hmm.
We're managed. You got to manage your diabetes, don't you, doctor? Well, wait a minute, Mitch. How many doctors have you spoken with where you asked them, how many people have you cured of diabetes?
Well, I ask doctors questions, and I put them on the spot, and they get so uneasy because they can't answer that they either fire me as a patient or put me down as a uncooperative patient. They can't answer a few simple questions. And Lee Kopus, have you ever heard of Kent Carnivore channel? Great channel. Kent Lee did a video which brought this to mind the other day, and the title was like a man on the street interview. I asked doctors, how many people have you cured? And you should see these doctors' answers. He comes up to a doctor, sticks a microphone in his face, Doc, how many patients have you cured? And the guy, one guy said, well, there was, no, not him. And they couldn't come up with anybody. It was like a cold slap in the face. All they do is treat and cure nothing.
We manage people, we
yeah.
institutionalize them, and we are basically the dictators to keep them slaves, soldiers, peasants, and prisoners. This is how we run the world because it's run by a very small group of Jeffrey friends. Basically, Jeffrey was murdered because he knew everything, and he knew all of the most wealthiest people that controlled the message, marketers. That's why what I'm working to do is eliminate all the outside marketing, but bring it internal to all of us to share our line. By the way, I'm not trying to tell you not to be a plant eater. I honor every human being, whatever you want to be. But it's kind of like if you simply eat animal fat raw regularly and eat one meal a day and cook the plants well, you may actually heal and be healthier than you know, which is kind of crazy, right?
It's beautiful.
It's the simplicity of the story.
Oh, it's that time.
What was it, 6? Yeah, we got a couple more minutes.
I've never registered for this. I've never put my name in there.
Did you put Mitch's name in there, Alia?
I can't put Mitch's name in there.
We're not putting it.
No, don't put it in there.
We're not.
I can't put it in. He has to put it in. I can't add people.
Well, Mitch has a new doctor. What's his name?
Murray Kimmel.
Murray Kimmel in
Melbourne.
Melbourne. He's 68 years young. He's a carnivore. He's a ripped dude who eats only meat, but he accepts carnivores, ketovores, paleovores. Yeah. He accepts vegans, vegetarians, Mediterraneans, everybody. And we're here to accept the Kiltz Mighty Tribe is for every human being alive. I don't care if you're a carnivore or not. We're just here to have a conversation. And if the question is, well, how do I get better as a vegan? We can talk about that. There are ways. Or a vegetarian. Absolutely. Absolutely. There are 12 more questions, Alia. You got 1 minute.
Thanks.
1 minute. Go. Rapid fire.
Okay, here we go. Is the carnivore diet okay for an 11-year-old? He's getting his daughter transitioned to a carnivore diet. Is it okay?
Is transitioning legal? The answer is yes. Do it now. Do it now.
What is the relationship between carbohydrates and cancer? If any days discussed for us will be very helpful to us.
Plants are poisonous and cause cancer all day long, and lean meat may be cancer causing because this is called protein poisoning because it's just low fat. Really, the word protein poisoning may be the wrong statement. And obesity is a lie. There's nothing wrong with you. Healthy as can be. Next.
Right, Dr. Kiltz, all plants, grains come from plants. Okay, good. Next, let's see here. Do you notice that blueberries, cherries, grapes are all exactly uniform in size? Even carrots come out the same.
You wonder who does all that. I mean, how many people does it take to raise up cows, 20 cows on a range, right? But if you got to manage the crops growing, it takes massive amounts of chemicals and technology in humans. Next.
Yep. Lindsay, how would someone become a carnivore dietitian?
What time is it?
We gotta go. It's over.
Ciao.